The nuts are not happy over in MAGAville. They are really upset with Donald Trump. And a lot of people on the left, Democrats, they seem to think that this has put the nail in Donald Trump's coffin. I don't think so. Yeah, the nuts over in MAGAville, they are mad with Donald Trump because, one, he endorsed Ken Paxton over, what's his name, John Cornyn. Texas, correct me down below. I think it's John Cornyn. But he endorsed Ken Paxton. Ken Paxton, who is riddled with scandal, adultery, corruption, racism. Yeah, I don't find it shocking that he endorsed Ken Paxton. Birds of a feather flock together. But not only are they upset with him about that, they are uber upset with him because he led the charge to get Thomas Massie voted out. First it was Liz Cheney, then Marjorie Taylor Greene, and now Donald Trump has led the charge to get rid of Thomas Massie. Here are a few comments that I came across. The people really in control have hijacked MAGA. I'm off the train, man. You guys can enjoy your Trojan horse, Donald Judas Trump. You can have him. Trump just lost all of the independents, libertarians, constitutional conservatives, and centrists. Without them, he would have lost to Harris. Bro shit and slid in it. I'm in the I'm ready to watch it all burn to the ground camp. To the GOP, to President Trump, to all of you who don't care. Don't ever text me again for donations to campaigns. Don't call me for anything. This person retweeted a tweet that said, if Galrain wins tonight, you will witness the completion of MAGA becoming everything it once stood against. And when the guy retweeted it, he captioned it with, he's right, you know. Then that same guy went on to tweet again saying, important to remember that Massie remains in Congress until January 3rd, 2027. It's time for him to expose everything. The everything that he wants Thomas Massie to expose is everything within the Epstein files. The Hodge twins retweeted this tweet. Take note of the influencers that sold their soul to support Ed Galrain over Massie. And when the Hodge twins retweeted it, they used the 100 emoji. This is a series of tweets. The top tweet says, fuck it, no more elections. Just put the seats on eBay. Nothing would change. Then the next tweet says, let's be very clear about what we just witnessed. A foreign country just purchased a congressional seat. We live in foreign occupied territory. And then the bottom tweet says, thanks to Trump, Republicans won't have another president for a long, long time. This person tweeted, do you know who won tonight? The Epstein pedophiles. This person tweeted, I'm leaving the Republican Party. It's independents and libertarians for me from here on out. You can't trust the AIPAC-funded Republicans or the Democrats. Nick Fuentes tweeted, Israel used their control over Trump and their Jewish money to destroy Massie because he went against their agenda. There is no denying that Trump's GOP is nothing more than a front for Israel, and it has to be destroyed for America first to prevail. Cenk Uygur tweeted, Israel won in Kentucky. They will 100% control the Republican Party now. They will not serve America. They will only serve Israel. And then the bottom tweet says, boomers have sold America out to Israel. Worst generation in history. This person tweeted, I'm going to state the obvious. Voting doesn't matter. That's a lie. And if you get down in my comment section or any comment section, of any of my social media pages saying voting doesn't matter, bitch, I will block you. I will. So, moving on with this tweet. When a foreign country pours $32 million to unseat someone who doesn't bend the knee and succeeds, it's because we are an occupied nation. Real change won't come from the ballot box. Why not? Folks have been voting for years to get us in this situation. For years, you and your crew, your side, have been voting these villains into office. That's how we got here today. So, yeah, it's going to take some time for us to vote to get this shit undone. Joe Kent tweeted. Y'all remember Joe Kent? He just recently resigned because he was working for the Trump administration. I forget the position that he held, but he resigned because Donald Trump went to war with Iran on behalf of Israel. So this is what Joe Kent tweeted. God bless Thomas Massie. He walks out of this with his honor intact. He's a patriot and kept his integrity. As long as the voters give their votes to whoever can run the most ads, we will have politicians who are purchased by foreign governments and corporate interests. Jenna Ellis tweeted. Y'all remember Jenna Ellis? Jenna Ellis was running around the country with Rudy Giuliani, going before the courts trying to say that the 2020 election was stolen. Remember her? Remember she sat next to Rudy Giuliani at the table and he farted and she was sitting downwind. We all heard the fart. We all saw her reaction. Yeah, she's best known for sitting next to Rudy Giuliani smelling his fart. Anywho, she tweeted, it's a shame Thomas Massie was ousted, like it's a shame Bob Good was ousted. You can disagree with one strategy or votes, but Massie and Good were some of the few members willing to consistently vote on principle instead of political pressure. A party that punishes independent thinking and rewards blind loyalty eventually stops being a movement that anyone principled wants to be a part of. That's not healthy for conservatism or the future of the GOP. Child, at one point, she wasn't game for independent thinking. She was trying to make money off of being a part of the crowd. She was trying to make money off of Donald Trump by working with Donald Trump until her ass got indicted. She settled here in Georgia. I believe the case is still on out in Arizona. There's another state where she's facing charges. They still are facing charges in that other state. What happened in Georgia didn't affect what's happening in the other state. And I do believe the other state is Arizona, but y'all correct me if I'm wrong. Anywho, the MAGA nuts are not happy with Donald Trump. But do I believe that's the nail in his coffin? No, I don't. I won't believe it until they go into the voting booth to vote against Donald Trump and the Republicans. When they do that, then I'll believe them. I don't know what's wrong with my baby today. He been barking all morning. He hears something going on, and I don't hear it. Oh, somebody's at the door. He heard it. All right, y'all. That's all I got. I'll see y'all later.